Okay, guys, so today we will be checking the 12 factors that are used in the software development. So the 12 factors are these are the steps that we followed whenever we just create a software and we want to create a software that is following the DevOps process and all the DevOps procedures. So for that we use 12 factors rules. So that rules can be applied in any programming language, and whatever the database that programming language is using for that application. So we can use the 12 factors steps in the application. And what these 12 factors are really are we are going to check here. So first one is code base. So the code base is nothing but the code base is the place where we are going to just store our application data or the code. You can, for example, you can make a Git account and you can store the you can push the data over there. So Git repository would be working as a code base. Okay. So here one code base tracked in revision control and many deploys. So that once the code is the code is pushed over there in the repository, then we can we can again and again we can push the code and then we can send it for many deployments. So that is first a point, code base, that being follows in 12 factors. And the second point is dependencies. Okay, so the dependencies can be many dependencies. So there can be some jars that we use in the project development. So that is no these are known as dependencies. So we can explicitly declare it or isolate the dependencies according to different environments that are available. So for different environments, there will be different dependencies. So for the the second point in the 12 factors is dependencies. So that was dependencies, and the third point is comes as config. So configs are nothing but the all configuration. So if we are having different type of messaging protocol. So if JMS is used, so configuration could be used over there in a project. And if other configurations we want to write, then we can create a configuration, central configuration, and that can be stored in the cloud. So we can use to we can use the config as a store which is available in a centralized cloud location, and so we can store for different environments these configurations. So the second point covers the uh, 12 factor, and that is known as config. And the third point, so the fourth point comes as backing services. Okay, so backing services are they are nothing but the database details. So databases are the track backing services as attached resources. Okay, so every application will be having the database in it. So if I have created an application and then I have I'm running it in AWS, then what will happen, that AWS is going to have the database also. So that database will be known as backing service in this application, for this application. So here this point says that treat backing services as attached resources. So backing services are known as the attached resources to our application. And then fourth point in the 12 factors comes as build, release, and run. So these three stages of a software, software deployment is should be these all steps should be completely separated from each other. Okay, so build will be happening once we have pushed the code to the git, then the build will be triggered for that code. And after the build is successful, there will be a release for different environments, and then we can run that for different environments. Okay. So this is fourth point. Then the next one is processes, which is fifth point, and the processes are nothing but so execute the app as one or more stateless processes. So these are the processes. And then next point is port binding. Port binding is nothing but our application is running on different ports. So we can export the services for, for these different ports. So this is the seventh point. Seventh point is port binding. Now the next point is export services via port binding. So what is the port binding means? Uh, so we understood port binding, right? There would be different ports for the different environments which our application is running. Then concurrency comes in the picture when we want to scale up the application. So multiple users are using our application. At that time, we will just do the scaling using the concurrency. We'll create a new thread or we will create new instances, and then we will just store the application or deploy the application in different instances. So load balancing would be, it would be helpful for doing the scaling. And concurrency is nothing but the scaling for concurrency is nothing but the scaling of the number of users. So we can increase the users when we are applying the concurrency for the application. So disposability is the next point, which means that it should be disposable and it should be startup in a graceful manner. So when we start the application, it will be very fast, and when we shut down the application, it should be graceful. Okay, so that is known as disposability. The next point is dev and prod parity. So parity is equality. So dev and prod has to be same. Okay, so our dev code and our prod code should be same. It should not be different. So whenever any fault comes, so it could be easily it could be we can mitigate it for different environments as it is same, and then we can solve that. We can fix it. Then there will be logs. So logs are nothing but the centralized logging system we can achieve in cloud, in a microservices based applications. If we are having, then we can create a centralized logging system. Okay, and so in this point we can see treat logs as event streams. So when event streams are available, then we can just say that in our application we are following the operations, one of the 12 factors. Okay, and then the next one is admin processes. So admin processes are just for monitoring. Okay, so there will be run admin or management task as one of processes. So these all 12 steps are nothing but processes that being followed in operations, or we can say DevOps operational side of the application development. So at the last point we will check it again. So what that admin processes says that you can see actuators are available. So actuators, or you can say sonars. Sonar cube is also there, which is also known as monitoring the application, that how much code we are covering for testing and how much code coverage is given to the particular application. So the admin processes come in the picture when we are just talking about the monitoring. Okay, and or the admin services. So these 12 major points. So these 12 major points are the uh, DevOps 12 factors. Okay, so these 12 factors are very important, and these should be followed in the in the DevOps if we are having a cloud-based application. And these provides the application to be fully automated, and we can create fast application, fast track. We can create the application very fast, and whenever any changes comes, we can do the changes very fast, and then any fault comes, we can track that fault very fast. And so these all 12 factors, so when we have achieved the 12 steps, those mentioned 12 steps, and we have that we have when we have actually applied these 12 steps for the application that we have deployed, and then what will happen if we are using it will be completely automated application. So guys, so this was the basic of the 12 factors, and that is very important. And if you like the video, just click on like button, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.